Hi everybody, it's me, LisaT, coming at you with some positive energy. Hopefully some positive energy. I know it'll come. I'm having this weekend is a recalibration. The end of my week got like it felt super overwhelming by the end of the week, and I don't deal with stressful situations very well. I end up internalizing, so I have to learn to not internalize, and I think doing these readings helps me to not internalize situations. And what I mean by that is, a situation starts to not feel super flowy, and I might hit a bump in the road on a plan or something like that, and I end up feeling highly responsible to make everything okay, highly responsible to fix it, to when it starts to not flow in Lisa's plan, in Lisa's will, I feel like I've done something wrong, I think is the core belief. So anyways, so this weekend for me, I'm in a weird kind of energy. I'm not feeling the yee for life. I've had glimpses of it within the weekend, so that's a good thing. But I think it's part of taking care of ourselves. As a person in recovery, I need a lot of self-care, a lot of downtime, a lot of meditation time, a lot of time in nature. It's just, I have to do those things to keep my mental health at a peak energy, and to keep it at a peak health, I guess. So yeah, it's just self-care, 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 self-love, self-love, self-love. So yeah, it's me, LisaT, now coming at you with some positive energy that I got that off my chest and shared that, reading The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie. So we are never fails to parallel my life. June 26th, surviving slumps. Maybe I'm just in a slump. Amen to this book. I love it. Okay. A slump can go, so surviving slumps, June 26th. A slump can go on for days. We feel sluggish, unfocused, and sometimes overwhelmed with feelings we can't sort out. I don't read this before I read it to you. It's so crazy, weird, awesome. Okay, we may not understand what is going on with us. Sorry. That sentence just hit me so hard. Because like I said, I internalize, and I'm like, what is going on? Why can't I handle this? Why am I feeling this way? Why? I question those uncomfortable feelings. Because it's hard for me to say, oh, this is a confusing situation, that's why I feel confused. Or this is an overwhelming situation, that's why I feel overwhelmed. When I feel these uncomfortable feelings, for me, I wonder why I'm feeling that and want to change it or think that I've done something wrong and that's why I'm feeling this way. So I don't understand what's going on, and it really is uncomfortable for me to not understand. I want to understand. Whew. We may not understand what is going on with us. Even our attempts to practice recovery behaviors may not appear to work. Like I was just explaining in the share at the beginning of this video. I've had a couple of glimpses, but nothing seems to be locking into place for me over the weekend. Even our attempts to practice recovery behaviors may not appear to work. I think that's a key word. They may not appear to work. We still don't feel emotionally, mentally, and spiritually as good as we would like. Oh my God, this is so cool how it parallels me. In a slump, we may find ourselves reverting instinctively to old patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving, even when we know better. And my revert is to beat up on myself. I start to think I'm ugly, I hate my hair, I hate my face, I feel like I'm getting wrinkles, or I look old, I start to really get down on my reflection in the mirror. That's an old behavior of mine. I couldn't manage in my childhood, I couldn't manage other people's behaviors, and I couldn't understand why they were maybe acting in poor behaviors. So I turned it on myself, and that's what children will do. Like in a family, if a mom and dad are divorcing, a child will figure out why it's their fault, or try to figure out why it's their fault. They think it's their fault, so that's, you know, I don't beat on myself. I have to be gentle with myself with that coping mechanism. But it's now my responsibility to mother, to show up for that inner child that gets triggered and wants to beat on herself when the situations around her don't feel good. Whew. So we may find ourselves obsessing, even, so in a slump, we may find ourselves reverting instinctively to old patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving, even when we know better. We may find ourselves obsessing, even when we know that what we're doing is obsessing and it doesn't work. Yep. Like once you get this awareness, so the way that I've learned about recovery is, at first you get an awareness. Oh, that's what I did in that situation. Oh, that's what was happening in that situation. Then you get an awareness like, oh, that's happening in this situation. I'm doing that old thing in this situation. Then you get an awareness like, oh, I'm about to behave in that old instinctive way in this situation and I can't stop it. And then you get an awareness like, oh, this situation is probably going to trigger that old stuff and here it comes. And then you get to then you get to foresee it and you get ahead of it. You get ahead of that. And then so the awareness is a process through it. I hope that makes sense. So what we're doing is obsessing and it doesn't work. We may find ourselves looking frantically for other people to make us feel better, the whole time knowing our happiness and well-being does not lay with others. It lays right here, within. We may begin taking things personally that are not our issues and reacting in ways we've learned all too well to do that do not work. We're in a slump. It won't last forever. This too shall pass, as they say. So knowing, okay, you know what, this is going to pass. This is in recovery. Most of us don't know how to live life on life's terms. Life is a bunch of ups and downs, and those of us in recovery have not been able to handle the downs too well, and so then we turn to addictive behavior, shopping, gambling, over caring about others, not taking responsibility for ourselves, trying to escape with addictions of drugs or alcohol or food or slothing in front of Netflix. Like we try to escape in some way, shape, or form. So and now in recovery we know those don't actually work. They just keep us stuck. So when we're in a slump, it won't last forever. Now we can know that this will pass. These periods are normal, even necessary. These are the days to get through. I remember early in recovery, my friend said to me, you don't grow on a good day, Lisa. You don't grow on a good day, so it's okay. You're growing today, when I was having tough day after tough day. And then I elaborated on that thought after many years and was like, oh, right, we don't grow on a good day. We don't grow on a good day. It's these things that stretch us and stuff in recovery that help us grow. And then the good days are the days that we get to reap the rewards of the work that we've done when we stuck it out and stuck it through the painful moments. So these periods are normal, even necessary. These are the days to get through. These are the days to focus on recovery behaviors. So maybe the necessity is to help you implement your recovery behaviors even stronger. So these are the days to focus on recovery behaviors, whether or not the rewards occur immediately. We all want immediate gratification. Okay, well, I just went for a jog, I should feel better. I just went out in nature, I should feel better. I just did a meditation, I should feel better. I want that immediate gratification. But we have to trust that if we're doing a good, healthy behavior, it is going to pay off in the long run. And it might not happen right this second, but it will happen. These are sometimes the days to let ourselves be and love ourselves as much as we can. Just a super, super self-care weekend. That's what I've been doing. Love our days as much as we can. We don't have to be ashamed, no matter how long we've been recovering. And so don't say to yourself, oh man, I've been at this for months and I still don't get it. No, that is not self-love. It's a process. Sometimes 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, but you're always moving forward in the long run. We don't have to be ashamed, no matter how long we've been in recovery. We don't have to unreasonably expect more from ourselves. You are good enough as you are. It is all good enough as it is right now in this very moment. We don't ever have to expect ourselves to live life perfectly. There's that P word, that P perfect word. Get through the slump. It will end. It will end. That's another like catastrophic thinking, we call it. Like, oh God, this is it forever. I'm gonna feel like this forever. You won't. You gotta catch that thought and rewire it. Say this, I know this will pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Get through the slump. It will end. Sometimes the slump can go on for days, and then in the course of an hour, we see ourselves pull out of it and then just feel better. Woo! You just come right out of it. Sometimes it can last a little longer. Practice one recovery behavior in one small area and begin to climb uphill. Start climbing that mountain instead of running around it. And remember, you can look back and go, I've climbed a zillion mountains. I can climb this one too. Soon the slump will disappear. We can never judge where we will be tomorrow by where we are today. Ooh, that's a good one. Don't judge where I'm going to be tomorrow by where I am today. Here's your prayer for today. Ooh, this was a perfect reading, as usual. Okay, here's your prayer for today. Today, I will focus on practicing one recovery behavior. Cut. Take two. Today, I will focus on practicing one recovery behavior on one of my issues, trusting that this practice will move me forward. I will remember that acceptance, gratitude, and detachment are a good place to begin. Amen. Mwah. Thanks for watching. Love you all.